How much does it cost to live in a Germany as a student in 2023? If you are not aware of the figure, then you have come to the right place. On this platform, we make a videos to make student life much easier and getting settled in European countries such as Germany. So in this video, we are gonna talk about how much does it cost for a student to live in Germany according to my personal experience, what I've faced in the past and currently what I am facing. So the major expense here for the students is in terms of accommodation. Back then I was not fortunate or lucky enough to find a student dormitory, so I had to go for the shared apartment, which are nothing but a 2 or 3 bedrooms apartment which are shared between 2 or 3 people. And those type of apartment these days cost you around 300 to 350 euros if you stay in a smaller cities. But if you stay in a bigger city such as Munich, Hamburg, Frankfurt, in those cases it might cost you close to 400 euros. But the second type of apartment what we have here are the private kind of apartment, which are also called as a studio apartment, the one I currently live in. At this point, this apartment is costing me close to 1400 euros. So now you can understand that I live in a Munich and it is costing me close to 1400 euros. So if I consider the rent in terms of the smaller cities, it might cost you close to 800 to 1200 euros, but these are expensive sort of apartment. And the third category what we have here are 2 or 3 bedrooms apartment. They are really expensive, so the range itself will start from 1400 and it might go up to 2000 2500 depending on the locality. But for the sake of this video, we consider as a 2000 euros. The second type of expense here is going to be the transportation cost for the students. If your university is not providing you the card and university card under which your transportation is covered, then you can go for this Deutschland card, which comes for 49 euros and you get to travel across all the region of Germany. At this point it might change in the future, but as of now when I am making this video, it is costing us 49 euros. So I'm taking this figure into the consideration. Now talking about the third expense is going to be your groceries. For sure we need to eat something to survive here. So earlier, just for an example, I used to buy a milk for 79 cents, and at this point the same type of milk is costing us close to 1.5 euro. So now you can understand how much it is inflated, how much it has become expensive these days. So earlier I used to spend close to 80 euros for my groceries, but these days I need close to 150 or 200 euros in terms of my groceries. Well, we talked about the groceries. Now we talk about our health. So yes, here in Germany it is mandatory for everyone to have a health insurance, and health insurance comes into two parts. So first is public insurance and second is private insurance. If you go for a public insurance and if you are below 23 years, then it costs you close to 120 euros. If you are in between 23 and 30 years, in this case it costs you close to 125 euros and some change. And if you are beyond 30, then it becomes expensive. In this case, people beyond 30 try to go for a private sort of insurance, which are kind of cheaper here in Germany. So these cost you around 50 to 100 euros, and if you really go for the expensive one with the good amenities and services, then it will cost you close to 100 to 150 euro. It's on an average it's going to be the same cost, but the private insurance will cost you lesser than the public insurance. And when we come to Germany, for sure we are going to miss our family members. We would like to call them, we would like to get in touch with them. For that we need the internet and telecom connection. So the telecom and internet connection comes into two forms here. So first is prepaid and second is postpaid, like what we see in our countries, the home countries for sure. And earlier, back then, I used to go for the prepaid connection, which was according to me expensive, because for 3 gigabytes I used to pay close to 10 euros. But these days we also have a lot of telecom connections with the postpaid option with better prices and better rates. So currently I'm not gonna take my service provider name, but I pay close to 10 euro for 8 gigabytes. So now you can understand the real difference. So according to me, if you're a student and if you're gonna stay here in Germany for the longer span, I would highly recommend to go for a 2 or 3 years postpaid connection, because it is less expensive in terms of prepaid connection. So the next we have is radio tax, which is also known as a broadcasting tax. which everybody has to pay here in Germany. If you are a one household person, then you pay it individually, or if you are if you stay in a shared apartment, then you distribute amongst your roommates or flatmates. But this cost is close to 18 euros. At this point, we talk about a single person who stays in a student dormitory or in shared apartment. He has to bear this 18 euro tax. By law, you cannot run away from this tax. So yeah, that's something, the additional expense on a student. Well, we covered the mandatory expenses for a student, but now we also have some additional expenses in this list. So let us talk about the clothes here. So according to the season or the month, you change your clothes. So the monthly expense, according to me, is falling for me in between 100 euros to 150 euros, but depends on your lifestyle, depends how would you like to dress up, depends what brands you wear. So that's the minimum budget I'm talking at this point, but it can go up to 200 euros in rare cases. But yes, that's the some additional cost. Then we also need to think of how can we stay fit. If you're a student who would like to use a university gym, then for sure, in rare cases it is free of cost, because for me it was free of cost. It was included in my student ID card. But if you do not wish to go to the student gym or the university gym, in that case, in Germany we have a multiple options. So you can straightforwardly have to sign a contract for 12 months because it is less expensive. But if you decide to go on a monthly basis, they also have this option. And gym also comes in a various forms here. So the gym can be indoor gym, outdoor gym, gym with swimming pool. There are a bunch of opportunities and options available. But for me, I currently go to FitX. In the promotion rate, I got it for 25 euros a month. But you can choose, I mean, this is not my recommendation, but you can choose any gym or any type of fitness style you would like to have it, or you whether you don't want to have it. But that's something, the amount needs to be taken into the consideration as well. Well, we talked about fitness. Now eating outside, for sure it is in our culture, or say in our roots, because we are Indian, and eating outside might cost you close to 15 or 20 euros per meal. So if you're a person who don't really know how to cook, then watch out for this, because you might end up spending hell lot of money here in terms of your eating. So my advice would be, just run behind your mom and ask her to teach you at least something, even if cooking a Maggie will work for you in initial days. And a lot of people tend to forget or do not mention about this additional expense. So as a guy, I would like to groom myself at a times, for sure. So the beard trimming and hair trimming are costing these days close to 30 euros for a guy, and for girls it might go up to 50 euros. But it depends on a salon and what type of treatment you would like to have it there, for sure. But that's all about expenses in this video. If I have forgotten anything, do let me know in the comment section so that I can get back to you with a calculation on that part, or make a new video on that topic. And if you would like to book a one-to-one session with me, then please use the link in the given description below. Also, if you have liked this video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And until then, stay healthy, stay wealthy. Auf Wiedersehen.